Before we get into the bulk of this video and what exactly is being offered, I wanted to mention that each merchant is able to choose his or her own selection method. You can expect to see all the normals, such as spinners or lists or raffles or maybe even room order, who knows, but they'll be chosen by each merchant, and you won't know probably until it's time. Second, expect this not to be cheap. This is currently being touted as the highest end and most expensive event ever. Currently, there are about 300 major services being offered and 41 different time slots. So bring your silvers and expect to spend them. This event begins Friday, May 11th at 9 p.m. and continues most of the daytime through Sunday with no specific end time. During this time, the smithy will be available for your weighting, padding, and sighting work. He will be accepting silvers, and it is currently rumored that there is no limit to the number of services that you will be able to receive. Okay, now we're on to the part that we've all are looking forward to. Beginning 9 p.m. Friday night, May 11th, the services begin. The first at 9 p.m. is 2 offerings of Permabless. This will be a traditional Permabless added to an existing item. This is not Lesser Undead Bane, Greater Undead Bane, or Sanctification. This is once again a traditional Permabless added to an existing item. At 9:30 will be 2 chances for a Dwarf Healer tattoo. This is a tattoo that uses herbs that you have previously handed it to heal your wounds. I believe it does it in its own time and on its own accord. There is a wonderful interview between the town crier and Ardwin on the wiki. I will put a link to it down below so you can see exactly how it works. 10 p.m. Fusion slot increases. There will be 10 chances for these. It will allow a +1 slot upgrade to an existing fusion item. They will not be adding fusion slots to items that do not already have fusion slots, and it will just be adding 1. So if your weapon has 2 fusion slots, you can add a 3rd, or if it has 3, you can add a 4th, and so on. 10:30 will be offering 10 chances for Ithzir armor upgrades. This will be a single tier upgrade in a single tree. 11 p.m. is 3 chances for spell knowledge enhancements. This will be adding spell knowledge to existing items that have no other enhancements already on them. At 11:30, there will be 5 offerings of diffusion. This will be removing fusion slots from items and making those bonuses permanent in the sense that you can no longer pry the gems out and they have no chance of breaking. You will have to recharge these items as normal with any other enhancement through the normal methods. At midnight, there will be 5 chances for DB enchanting. This is adding +5 to items that currently have defensive-based enchantments already on them. 12:30, there will be 1 offering of Glamour Tattoo. I believe this tattoo will act exactly like the Glamour crystals already act. I will put a link to the wiki down below on how Glamour crystals work, but they, in essence, they change your appearance when they're activated in a variety of ways. At 1 a.m., they will be offering 10 chances at a Creature Bane addition to your weapons. This is a very specific Creature Bane. You will only be able to add a single creature and not necessarily the entire family of creatures, so you will be able to add Ithzir Champion Creature Bane or a War Griffin Bane, but not necessarily all Griffins or all Ithzir. I believe the only 2 that are outside of that rule are Grimswarm. All Grimswarm are considered a single creature, and all bandits are considered a single creature, though they're not considered the same. So you can get Grimswarm or you can get Bandits. It does not cover both. At 1:30, there will be 2 offerings of white aura weapons and 2 offerings of black aura. These will be tier 3 pre-made weapons. You will provide the profile, and then you will receive the item in return. And at 2 a.m. is the last offering of Friday. It will be snake flares. There will be 10 chances for this. You better choose poison, paralyzing, or random, and then the appropriate snake will be added to the description of your item. That's it for Friday night, and it picks back up at, I believe, 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. Moving on to Saturday morning, like I said, 9 a.m. begins our offerings with Ironright properties. Ironright properties add the ability to have holy flares when the weapon is blessed, regardless of your profession, and they also give the bonus of 2 additional sets of flares on top of that. You'll be able to choose from a list which the 2 additional flares you would like. There's nothing posted yet, and you'll see at that time what you can choose from. At 10 a.m. is a 5-year enhansive charge to an existing enhansive item. This takes your existing item and adds a charge that will last 5 years. There's going to be few restrictions, especially scripted items, such as fusion items or your Adventurer's Guild badge. 10:30, there's 5 chances for bubble flares. This is a flare that goes on your weapon, but affects your armor, essentially. When the weapon flares, you will receive masterfully damage padding to your armor, and it lasts a short duration. I believe masterful damage padding is 20 points. Like I said, there are 5 offerings of that. 11 a.m. is very similar with 5 offerings of Banshee flares. Banshee flares are added to your weapon, but also affect your defense, and with a plus 50 TD bonus, and also a plus 50 bonus to your bolt defense. 11:30, you have 10 chances to win a tier 1 upgrade to your Vuln armor. This is only existing Vuln armor, and Vuln properties will not be added to new armor, and you will be allowed to get a single tier upgrade. Noon is Coraesine. You'll have 1 chance to win a pure Coraesine weapon and 5 chances to win an impure Coraesine weapon. These are pre-made weapons. You will provide the profile. They will provide the item. There's going to be some restrictions on item bases. I don't believe many of these pre-made items will work with unarmed combat UAC gear and probably a few other weapon bases. If you are not familiar with Coraesine, pure Coraesine possesses powerful air flares as well as double strike capabilities. The pure version has 6 other combat bonuses, and the impure Coraesine just has the air flares and the double strike flares. I believe both the pure and the impure varieties are attuned permanently to the person that first holds them, so be aware of that, and if you do win these raffles, make sure you have the appropriate character that gets them. 12:30 is weight reduction. This goes onto a container and actually reduces the weight of the contents of the container. This is not like a lightening like you would get in a normal service. This does not reduce the weight of the container, so to say, but it reduces the container of everything, reduces the weight of everything held in the container. This will be 10 chances to win a 5% weight reduction. At 1 p.m., you will have 25 chances to win body feature alterations. These are cosmetic alterations. They're very specific. I don't believe body alterations are done very often, so take a look at the alter verb. I believe it's alter 27, and make sure that you've read through that before you try to get these. At 1:30, there's going to be 25 chances to win resistances. These will be plus 10 resistances. There is a list of which resistances are available. They are slash, crush, puncture, heat, cold, electric, plasma, disrupt, impact, imbalance, grapple, vacuum, acid, steam, Disintegration, and Nature. You'll be able to choose one from that list and add a plus 10 resistance to your item. And there's 25 chances to win there. At 2 p.m. is one Tier 3 Briar weapon. I will put a link below to Briar weapons. They have very specific flares that involve actually harming you for a while beforehand and then using that stored damage and then apply it later. These are pre-made weapons. You'll supply the profile that you'd like, and they will provide the item, and there's probably some restrictions on that, just like the Coraesine. 2:30 Saturday brings us our X number of day enhansives and our X number of day magic items. We don't know too much about these yet. We don't know how many times a day, what they'll be enhancing, or what magic they will bring us. I will try to keep you posted. 3 o'clock is 10 chances to win a 1x additional enchant, a plus 5 enchant. That's pretty straightforward. 3:30 is 5 chances to win poison flares. These are fairly rare. This is a damage over time flare. These will flare between 5 and 15 points and last for a few rounds. 4 o'clock, this is runestaff flares or acuity and mana flares. You'll have a chance, 10 chances to win either a plus 20 acuity or a plus 2 mana flares. Acuity flares add to your casting AS or your casting strength, your CS, and mana flares actually flare every time it flares. You get mana back. 4:30 is rare flares. These are your mechanical flares, your unbalanced flares, and your grapple flares. That's going to be crush, puncture, slash, unbalance, or grapple. You have 5 chances at these at 4:30 on Saturday. 5 p.m. Saturday brings us TD bonuses. This is going to be a plus 5 targeting defense bonus, and these will be added to armor or shields, and you'll have 10 chances there. 5:30 is 5 chances at an attack strength bonus. This will be added to your armor, but adds directly to your attack strength. 6 o'clock is adding a hood, a feature concealing hood to an existing climate wear item. This is not, you will not win a climate wear item. They will just be adding a hood to an existing item. At 6:30, you're going to have 3 chances for a rune tattoo. This is a tattoo that is essentially a scroll, and it will allow you to activate this tattoo so many times a day. They have not told us what spells will be available, but you'll have 3 chances there. 7 o'clock is an easy script package. I believe that you will be able to add 5 of the standard easy scripts to a single item, and you will have 2 chances to add them there at 7 p.m. on Saturday. 7:30 Saturday evening brings us defender weapons. You'll have 5 chances to add a 1x or plus 5 defensive strength to a weapon. This is, I believe, takes the flare slot, so be ready for that. 8 p.m. brings us some enchanting potions. There will be 2 chances to win a set of 3 enchanting potions. There will be enough pores in each potion to reach the next step, and they will be for 8x, 9x, and 10x. So it's a full set of 7x to 10x enchants, and there's 2 options to win the potions for that. At 8:30, we have 25 chances for partial enchants. This is to take those pesky partial, those pesky Imflas weapons up to a standard enchant, and that just, people have been requesting those for ages now. There's going to be 25 chances here at 8:30 to win partial enchants. They will not be taking whole enchant weapons and adding partial enchants. This is to take partial enchant weapons up to whole enchants. 9 p.m. brings us another set of Briar weapons. This is Tier 1 and Tier 2 this time. You will have 5 chances to win Tier 2s and 10 chances to win Tier 1s. Once again, these are pre-made weapons. You'll provide the weapon base within the restrictions, and they will provide you with the weapon. 9:30 is more runestaff flares. There are 10 more chances here to win a 4x acuity or a plus 2 mana flares to your runestaff. 10 p.m. brings us 25 more partial enchants, just like before. 11 p.m. is another 15 chances for a 1x increase to your item, or a plus 5 increase. And at midnight, you get another chance to win one of 25 resistance upgrades. This will be a plus 10 resistance upgrade. And once again, these cannot be split between 2 resistance types. 1 a.m. is a bunch of customizations that you can done. The list includes 2 log phrases, 2 spell preps, 2 signatures, 2 lore songs, 2 greater armor moods or greater weapon moods, a tier 3 gory weapon, and 5 familiar customizations. And lastly, for Saturday, but not least, will be 5 gold ring tattoos. These are tattoos that are applied to the finger that act as an unnavigable permanent gold ring. They have all the restrictions of a normal gold ring, except they cannot be taken from you. And finally, Sunday. We don't have a whole lot of specifics on times on Sunday. It's just listed as daytime currently. Each other day has started at 9 a.m., so I imagine it will be similar to that. We've been told it's going to be minor services only. The list has been provided to include pocket adding both common and uncommon flares, enhancive removals, adding spikes, charging items, some sonic alterations, and I would imagine you can get your general alterations as well as lightning and deepening done. Don't ask for epic lightning or epic deepening or getting things unlocked. Those sorts of specifics are not supposed to be done on Sunday. It's just supposed to be general minor services. And I imagine this configuration will be much more loosely arranged than the previous 2 days have been. They're adding this so that those of us who couldn't afford major services or just didn't get the chance to win a major service can still get some things done and enjoy the event overall. And on to surcharges. We've heard some rumors about surcharges. I'm going to give you the latest information on surcharges. This is recorded on late May 2nd. There's still several days for this to change, but I will read you the statement that is currently out there. The surcharge is going to follow the item, not the account. Services that are not item-based will follow the character, sort of like the spell preps and the tattoos and anything that is done to your actual character and not an item. The surcharge for multiple services to a single item or character will be as follows. The first will be 5 million. The second surcharge, which would be the third actual service. The first surcharge will happen with the second service. The second surcharge will happen with the third service. The third surcharge happens with the fourth service, and the fourth surcharge happens with a fifth service if you can somehow afford that. It says in here, after this point, if you think you can afford another one, we'll have to figure out how to proceed because the banks can't hold that much silver without breaking the game. And lastly, a couple of things to remember, and this is with every event, not just this one. Remember to look at the alter verb in the game. I think there are 34 subcategories under the alter verb. They cover almost everything on what can be altered, what can't be altered, how it can be altered, what words you're allowed to use, what words you're not allowed to use, and some things to think about. When you finally get in there, do not argue with the GMs or the merchants as to what you want done. No means no, and just don't whine about it. You might have to come back and get it done at another time. Some GMs or merchants will say yes to an item, and others will say no. It is really their discretion, and complaining just ruins the entire atmosphere and doesn't help. It slows down the whole process. And lastly, everyone is excited about this. Please be patient. Please be courteous. And now that we have a Discord channel, please avoid spamming every Discord channel with your discontent or your concerns, or DMing the staff trying to get answers. They are all very busy. This is mostly done in their spare time. Please be courteous and allow this event to go off as well as can be. Not everyone is going to be happy. We all understand that. I think that about covers it. Thank you for staying with me. If you have enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, drop a comment down below on some videos you would like to see in the future. This has been Tykus Teaches You Stuff. I am Tykus, and good luck at the commencement of the Coraesine Forest.